Friday, June 26th, 2015. The Supreme Court issued their decision in Obergefell, did I say that right, versus Hodges, granting same-sex couples the right to marry in all 50 states. That night, we celebrated Shabbat here in the outdoor chapel, and the atmosphere was jubilant. Congregants came decked out in their pride gear, and people were downright giddy. I made a not very funny joke before L'chad Odi about the Sabbath bride now being able to marry whomever she chooses. We really felt that the arc of the moral universe was finally bending toward justice, and that arc was, in fact, a rainbow. Friday, June 10th, 2022. The feeling is slightly less jubilant. Some of us wait with anticipation or dread for the Supreme Court to issue their ruling in Dobbs versus Jackson Women's Health Organization, which will overturn Roe v. Wade and make reproductive freedom a thing of the past. And with a number of homophobic and transphobic laws being passed in states across the country, we wonder if the Supreme Court will set its sights on taking away LGBTQ rights next. It is a grim time in America. Many of us are afraid of what the future holds. We are afraid, but we are not hopeless, and we are not helpless. We look to our communities, to our leaders, to our history, and to our tradition, and we find sources for strength and hope and faith. For one thing, we find rainbows. In case it's been a while since you read the story of Noah in the book of Genesis, I'll refresh your memory. After God sends a flood to wipe out all life on earth except for Noah, his family, and some very lucky pairs of animals, the waters recede and dry land appears. God commands Noah and his family to leave the ark and begin life anew. But this time, God makes a promise. God says, "I now establish my covenant with you and your offspring to come, and with every living thing that is with you, birds, cattle, and every wild beast as well, all that have come out of the ark, every little living thing on earth, I will maintain my covenant with you. Never again shall all flesh be cut off by the waters of a flood, and never again shall there be a flood to destroy the earth. This is the sign that I set for the covenant between me and you, for all ages to come. I have set my bow in the clouds, and it shall serve as a sign of the covenant between me and the earth. When I bring clouds over the earth and the bow appears in the clouds, I will remember my covenant between me and you and every living creature among all flesh, so that the waters shall never again become a flood to destroy all flesh." The rainbow is a strange and contradictory symbol. On the one hand, it is a reminder of the wickedness of humanity. In fact, the Talmud teaches that rainbows only appear during generations that don't have any perfectly righteous people in them. As God says after the flood, "Never again will I doom the earth because of mankind, humankind, since the devisings of the human mind are evil from youth." In other words, God has learned not to despair over human beings' wickedness, but to accept it. So on the other hand, the rainbow is a sign of God's grace, a promise to keep faith with us in spite of our many flaws. The rainbow, which only appears when it's cloudy, is a symbol of hope and faith, particularly during dark times. The rainbow flag became a symbol for the LGBTQ community during another troubled time, as gay and lesbian people were fighting for acceptance and equality in this country. The original rainbow flag was created by Gilbert Baker, a gay activist and drag queen in San Francisco, who is known for, I'm quoting an article about him, his sewing skills and flamboyant creations. In 1978, Harvey Milk challenged Baker to create a new symbol for the LGBTQ community. Here's what Baker said about it. "I thought of the American flag with its 13 stripes and 13 stars, the colonies breaking away from England to form the United States. I thought of the vertical red, white, and blue tricolor from the French Revolution and how both flags owed their beginnings to a riot, a rebellion, or revolution. I thought a gay nation should have a flag too, to proclaim its own idea of power. As a community, both local and international, gay people were in the midst of an upheaval, a battle for equal rights, a shift in status, where we were now demanding power, taking it. This was our new revolution, a tribal, individualistic, and collective vision. It deserved a new symbol. Later, Baker was at a dance club, watching people of different genders, backgrounds, and colors move to the music. He writes, "Dance fused us, magical and cleansing. We were all in a swirl of color and light. It was like a rainbow. A rainbow. That's the moment when I knew exactly what kind of flag I would make." The first rainbow flag was flown at San Francisco's Gay Freedom Day Parade on June 25, 1978, and has since become a powerful symbol for LGBTQ identity and pride. Jewish tradition teaches that when we see a rainbow, we're supposed to recite a blessing. Here it is. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, zocher habrit v'ne'eman brito v'kayam b'ma'amaro. Blessed are you, eternal our God, ruler of the universe, who remembers the covenant and is true to their covenant and keeps their word. When we see a rainbow in the sky, we bless God and thank God for keeping faith with humanity in spite of our many failings. Whatever storm we are weathering, the rainbow reassures us that it's not, in fact, the end of the world, even though it may feel that way. When we see a rainbow flag, we might offer another prayer, affirming our own brit, our own promise, that we will never stop fighting for the rights and well-being of LGBTQ people. We will stand up together against assaults on equality and freedom. We will continue to have faith, and we will put that faith into action, that unjust laws can be overturned and just laws can be enacted. No matter how long that arc of the moral universe is, we will keep on bending it toward justice. Shabbat Shalom and happy Pride.